So Team 5 is here. This could be the final Futties. We know that in this season pass we've got 1, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 teams of Futties. We don't know if there's going to be a 6. I imagine that this possibly could be the end, and then we will go into maybe transferred cards or potentially just something else. We got cover stars last year. I imagine what they do in Team 6 is that we just then completely go into all the Futties are in packs. We grind out as much as we can. Whether we see that or not will beg the question on Friday. But we did get a pretty decent team, I'm not going to lie. It seems like they've given us everybody else that we kind of wanted now. So this is kind of now the final ride for players on this grind. Now there is a few more 99s. We've got Salah, we've got Palmer, we've got Doué, Pirlo, Beckenbauer. The only thing that we didn't really get is a 99 hero. Now they have definitely been far and few. I feel like the heroes have just kind of been left to their own devices. Like we kind of look at some of them like Morientes, Voler, Papin. I think we've got Smolarek as well. All 97. And looking at it now, most of them are just not going to be used, unfortunately. The one interesting point I do want to see is how many heroes, because I know we've got Ginola as obviously the 99 for them. He's going to be at the top, aren't they? So if we go to the top and look at Futties heroes, we got Ginola, and that is it for 99. I mean, I get that heroes are technically under icons as such, or at least that's how I viewed them. They really haven't given them any love. Like, we've got 198. The rest of them, unless this is in a different order, are 97s or lower. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts beyond that. I feel like we've definitely been missing out on the heroes. Whether we get some sort of hero promo after, there's still a lot that we could throw into there. But by the looks of it, it just isn't going to happen. Now, the biggest kind of thing for this is going to be Gareth Bale. He was another one, obviously, that got a 99. This is outrageous of a card. Bale, from the get-go, has always been, you knew that he was going to be good in FC. You knew that the FIFA card of Bale was going to be fantastic. He's tall. He's got, obviously, incredible amounts of pace. His shooting ain't too bad either, and I'm talking from the very start here. And you knew that he was going to be given good play style pluses. And this card is by no means a stretch lower. Now, yes, they didn't give him the exact perfect ones. I think technical and acrobatic could have been changed, but he got the finesse, he got the low driven, and he got himself the rapid. Them three are more than enough for me to say, have whatever else you need. If you have a press proven, if you have a first touch, even if you have a power shot and Travella, that's absolutely fine. Bale obviously goes in to a top of the top category. Now, the one thing that is kind of taught me in this Team 5 now is that we've got a lot of Futties and 97s now, unfortunately, are just non-existent. Like, we go from obviously Bale into someone like Fernando Morientes. Is he really doing it for anybody? At this point, I'm just like, he's got good playstyle pluses. He's got a good card. But realistically, he's just not going to be in anybody's team. Now you argue between, obviously, the fact that you've got top meta, very usable, Evo, and miss. There is a few cards that you will miss in this, the lowest of the low. The heroes, I think you could be swayed into more of a usable category. It's kind of the same for, like, an Ashley Cole. In terms of the card, there's nothing crazy about him. He's a standard card, he's a good left back, but realistically, is he going into the all-time greats? We more than likely will get transferred cards next, which hopefully will give ourselves a 99 Teo Hernandez, but we've already got multiple left-back Evos that have given 97s. I don't know if they've given 98 yet, but regardless, if they've even given the 97 or 98, they're still up there with the best of them. We then have a Nuno Mendes as a 99. As everybody knows, 99s are almost impossible to try and pack. They are just outrageously difficult. But then you've got the likes of Kelly Smith as a 98, a free objective at 98 Mendy was an easy one. We then have Roberto Carlos in the same one, which again is always very weird that they've given us two icon left backs. Fine giving us like a Mendy and Roberto Carlos in the same one, but two icon left backs, it is what it is. Then we do have Nuno Mendes in many other versions, who is taking quite a top spot at the moment. Foden as a 98, Bompastor as a 97, obviously McCabe, Petit, Maicon can play that, and SBC Alfonso. It really does kind of lower the weight of what Cole is truly shown in this. So unfortunately for him, he kind of, at the start of the promo, he might have actually been in kind of more of a very usable. I think at this point, he's probably coming down a little bit. We do have two keepers. We obviously have got ourselves a big boy Courtois, and we also have ourselves a little bit of Schmeichel. Now, two very good keepers across the board. Obviously, if you've ever used any of them, I think technically Courtois would be the one on top in my opinion. He's 98. He's one of the top ratings. I think only Hannah Hampton, I want to say, is a 99. The rest are 98s. Buffon, obviously, being one that's always in there. And I think, was De Gea 97? De Gea was phenomenal, 97. So, for me, Courtois will always come out on top on this one. He is an incredible keeper. Even from the gold standard, Courtois is kind of the number one shout, in my opinion. I think when it comes to good old Peter, he's a good card. I'd possibly put him under a lot of these cards in my opinion. He has got the the free playstyle pluses. No one's got 4. And we will be interested to see next year when we can Evo goalkeepers. Whether that's going to break the game or not, we shall see. But I think for these two goalkeepers specifically, I would go Courtois as my personal favourite. And Schmeichel would definitely go under as a very usable option as well. We also did get, I probably should have put Maradona in this, but we did get the two SBCs of Maradona and also Haaland. Now, Maradona's obviously coming in at a 1 mil price bracket, which is fair enough. As the last card for Maradona, I think he's most definitely worth it. We've been waiting for a big boy SBC. I'm still waiting for a 99 rated SBC. And what, we've got just over a month and a couple of change days. We've got that until FC26 comes out. Is it that they're trying to do the final month as 99 Central, they just go crazy? It's a possibility. It's not following the same pattern of Futties, but we kind of move with it. Now, Haaland, I was surprised he didn't get a 99. I thought he could have been the perfect first 99 rated SBC that we could have got, and it could have then started giving us Yamal, Mbappe, Messi, CR7, but they have given him the 98, and I think the fact that they didn't give him the finesse, as much as he's still going to be an incredible finisher, the finesse is absolutely broken. So as much as it is Haaland and he's got great playstyle pluses, like everything bar from changing that power shot to a finesse would have been absolutely perfect. He still is a top rated striker. It's just if you are finesse heavy, he's not going to be the same as an Mbappe, unfortunately. We do have, like I say, a few of the kind of smaller cards in here that really are just kind of the lower of the low. You've got Payne, you've got Esther, you've obviously got then, we saw somebody else, was it? Oh, he might have been an objective. He's got Press, I think it is, or something like that. They're all kind of at the bottom, really. Like, they're not going to be used. There's unfortunately no real place for them. Even Ivan Toney at some aspect, we'll kind of have a look at him a little bit more. Even Hudson-Odoi, he's just, unfortunately, he's just part of that kind of bomb. There he is. Wing is what the other one was. They are just, unfortunately, the kind of bottom. And even Tony, to be honest, he is just there as a name. And even then, it's kind of a name that we just know that went from Brentford to Saudi. So it is just, unfortunately, another one that will bite the dust. I think maybe, yes, you could get some usability out of him. But realistically, in terms of strikers' point of view, I'm being very lenient with the heroes because they are heroes, but when it comes to the kind of Tonys of the world, you're just not going to use them. It's unfortunate, but that's where people's teams are. Even if you've got an Evolution R9, an Evolution Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldinho, they are always going to outweigh an Ivan Toney, a Wing, a Hudson-Odoi, a Payne. There's just going to be no room for them, unfortunately. Esther will obviously go in there. Lala, another one that I actually called. I didn't think he'd get another card because we did get the 94. Not necessarily recent, but we got him in Season 7. So it was kind of there as the introduction of the premium premium Season Pass. So it was kind of like, oh, we'd evolution him. But now we've given him a 97. It's fantastic. Now, yes, he's going to be, again, more of a usable category, more so than anything. We are still all waiting for the 5 play style plus evolutions to come in. Whether that's going to be this Friday, because we are at the end of Futties and they might as well just start giving us. It all depends on when they stop giving us new players, because that's going to be, I can imagine, the point that we do actually get these 5 play style pluses. So, Lala, for me, would definitely go into more of a usable category. When it comes to the rest of the hero strikers, I think pretty much all of them are in that same boat. I'm being lenient for them, but they don't really offer you anything too crazy. Like Smolarek, unfortunately, got himself a full birthday and this version. That's all he's got. He has got the 5-5, which is nice. And it's hilarious that all of these strikers kind of mix in together. Like Papin, Smolarek, Voller, Morientes are all kind of around that same sort of capability from the start of the game. I think there's definitely another one that I'm forgetting, but there's definitely like a few of them that you're like, I would quite happily take a lot of them at the start of the game, but they're not necessarily, they're not the Di Natales of the world. Papin, obviously another group reward. Standard card, pretty decent, but nothing too crazy. I would say Voller would kind of be my more favoured card out of them, but they absolutely scrapped his playstyle pluses. Honestly, I could possibly even say that could be a miss, and to be honest, I think I am. I'm going to be absolutely brutal the fact that he doesn't have that finesse and has technical, quick step, low driven, and chip shot. I think that's what he started with, but change it up. That's the first card he's got. Give him something good, and that's nuts. That is the very first Voller card that we've had since the base version. So I know we've had multiple evolutions, so it's not as if he's always been 89. So that's always an argument you can have. We also then got for the SP reward, the SP chase, we got a reward of Lewandowski as a 98, and a solid one at that. They gave him a good card. They upgraded him from his 96 centre mid or his 95 on obviously the Dream. Is that Dream Chasers or whatever promo that was? They gave him a solid card. Low driven, finesse, incisive, throw a little bit of passing in there, press proven and quick step. I mean, that's a pretty good card if you are still grinding SP out, so you get that, but then also get a pretty decent striker. If you're building a Barca team, that's absolutely fantastic to see. Which then kind of leaves us with some of the big boys. We obviously have got a few kind of littler ones. We'll kind of go over to Rijkaard, and he just gives me very much petite vibes. Very standard, nothing too crazy. A solid DM, but is he really going over your top-end 98s, your Matuidis with an evolution? Unfortunately not. I think he can have that usability, and that's really about it. And Zico, I think he could have been a 98, to be honest. They really kind of just let him lapse a little bit. Now, I've not been a massive fan of Zico from the start. I think he's a good card. He's definitely good, but he's just not that level. Like, especially with the upgrades that we've had. 1, 2, 3, 4. We needed something a little bit more. Something to go outside the box. The best card we got was the technical deadball and incisive. It doesn't scream Brazilian cam. At the very minimum, I kind of expect a trickster or something, but even with the Thunderstruck, now you could obviously evo him. But back then, there was no chance of it. We got the 92, which had the pinged pass and the technical. You could allow a free playstyle plus, but remember when we got that triple playstyle plus, we was in team of the season. You wasn't using Zico at this point. He just was never available when you truly wanted it. And I think this point is exactly the same. You could add one playstyle plus to him, which they've given him finesse, which I can always kind of account for. But realistically, we need to change the dead ball and add 2 playstyle pluses to him. Unfortunately, by then, it's just not going to be possible. Whereas they did a solid with Roberto Carlos. He's always been a fantastic card. Yes, I do think the dead ball needs to go now. I understand why he's got it. I expect him to every single time have that dead ball. It's fair enough. At least with that, you remember him for why he's got that dead ball. But he does have the rapid, the long ball pass, could have been pinged, jockey, and also the intercept. He's got that 5 playstyle plus. He's in a position where it's not necessarily needed to have a crazy amount of playstyle pluses. You just need the stats and the ability. And yes, he has every single one of them. I would class him as one of the better left backs that we've got in the game to this day. Now, Nuno Mendes is still kind of my favourite. Teo Hernandez will always be the all-time favourite. But until we get that 99, we need a bigger upgrade for him. We did also get Bastoni as another upgrade in here. We've obviously got another 98, and all of this could be said for nothing because we could have teams 6, 7, and 8 thrown around a corner. I don't think we will, as they're kind of running out of players who to do, but I do think they've really gone up on this team specifically. Bastoni is outrageously good again. Whether you'd personally go for 99s now, we've already got Virgil in a spot. You'd kind of then think, well, who's the second? We've got multiple centre-backs that you can choose. Is Bastoni going to be one of them? That would be the big question. When you're going against your Maldinis, now your Beckenbauers, then going a bit down to the 98s. Obviously, we said Maldini. Carlos Alberto throws in a shout. We also got a John Stones as a 98 left-back centre-back, which is crazy in itself as well. I do think if I was going for them, I'd possibly go for Bastoni first. I think John Stones is great in his position. I just think he's kind of better as that CDM. It kind of works out really well. And we got it from obviously this version, the one that could play the CDM. It was actually a pretty decent card across the board. So it's an interesting one to see. I think for both of them in terms of their position, they've got to both be up there. I do think I personally do like the Bastoni a little bit more. But then it goes down to what you personally prefer. Now, if I was being lenient for both of them, I'm going to go in very usable for both. I think 99s will definitely still take over there, but I do think both of them really put themselves in that category. Now, obviously, Beckenbauer is going to be another one that you throw in. One that I wasn't necessarily too fond of. I think as a 99 goes, he's obviously going to be priced massively. He's a CDM. Like, he's not tall enough, in my opinion, to be the centre-back. I personally prefer, like, 6'2" and above. Now, there's obviously lots of different play styles people can play. I've had it when I think I said it before about his 96, that I just didn't like him in that role. And people don't mind it. Like, obviously, you've had Cannavaro back in the day. Cordoba's been great centre-backs. And yes, they can in certain aspects, but I just prefer in a CDM role for him. He's just much better on it. He's got better agility balance. He can turn a little bit quicker than most centre-backs. I do like him in that CDM role that does play more of a centre-back role, but he's just in that kind of position. He's got the playstyle pluses for it. I am a big fan of that. Now, obviously, throwing ourselves into more of a midfielder role, we are looking at our boy Pirlo. Now, this came left field every single day of the week. I did not expect him to get a 99. With the fact that Vinny didn't get a 99, and also normally it's only like one per week. They've given us a lot this week. I really didn't see him being a 99. It's fantastic. They've even given Xavi that 98, and they've just one-upped him straight away. You've done that SBC. Well, here's the final boss of it as well. And he's got great stats. Like, he is a brilliant card. If you've liked Pirlo before, this is kind of the best card we've seen from Pirlo to this day. He's always had nice cards. Like, he's always been a decent level, if I can actually click into him. But he's just never had that card where you're like, okay, I need that one. Like, we got the 95 last year, the 93 before. They were nice. They were good cards. This is incredible for a card. So definitely worth having a look at a minimum. If you've got 3 midfielders as well, this is going to be a perfect one that slots in as that floater between everything. So he is most definitely worth every penny. Doué is absolutely in there. He's got himself his 99. He's fantastic. We've now got Doué, Dembele. I think we've got like a solid amount of top end. Nuno Mendes being a 99 as well. So we've got what? Dembele, Doué, Mendes 99s. Marquinhos, if you really wanted to go centre mid, I'd be looking at centre back still. But then you go further down, you've obviously got João Neves you could put in the midfield. Vitinha, Kvaratskhelia. This team is absolutely golden. And Doué is most definitely up there with the best of them as well. Travella, throw in over the low driven, it's fair enough. Quick step, yes. Incisive, yes. Technical, I mean, they've given it. And finesse shot. Beautiful card. Which then comes to the surprise of both. We got Salah, who I was always guaranteed to have. But then we also have a Palmer 99 as well. I didn't expect him to get 99. I expected him to be in here, but I could have seen Salah be the 99, Palmer being the 98. One won the Prem, one won the Club World Cup. Fair enough, but getting both 99s, fantastic. Now, obviously, with Palmer, he's going to be sat into that cam role more so than right wing. Obviously, Salah can play striker as well if you really wanted to. Playstyle pluses, absolutely stunning for Palmer. I don't think there's any qualms about that one. And then we also have our boy Salah coming in again. Beautiful. They know what playstyle pluses work, and they did great work here. Obviously, finesse, rapid, first touch, incisive, and low driven. Did Palmer get the same? No, he got quick step instead of rapid. Incisive, he got press proven instead of first touch. First touch. So in terms of both cards, they are absolutely mental. Now, we've still got to wait to see can we get them, but we have now fully got a 99 rated team. We can get all 11 in there. So it is to a point now where we just need to pack them. That's literally the only thing. I can imagine the only two that everybody's got is going to be Virgil and Ginola. Everybody else, and obviously some of the Path to Glories if you did finish them, but Yamal, Mbappe, Nuno, Pele, Hansen, Messi, there is loads to get. I'm hoping they do bring out something that allows us to be able to get them, because I really want to get that CR7, that Hullet. I want a full 99 rated team before this game ends. Let me know down below how you're getting on with your team. Have you managed to pack any? And I'll catch you all for that next one. Peace.